have a unifying center, right, that is up here, when that is not present here, they create a reaction. And that reaction continues, and we call this chain reaction. That's the principle of an atom bomb. This is the principle of the escalation of a problem, a dilemma. So, and that is centered around a law that cannot unify. Actually, it does the opposite. It separates, like divide, and conquer. That's the system, principle of the systems today. So that system cannot afford, if you want to continue as that kind of system of reaction, they cannot afford to have peace. They cannot afford to have health, happiness, truth, justice. Cannot afford it because it's a system based on reaction. And if I have to illustrate this, it's like this. This is the system of today, right? Okay, I'll make a face here. It's like a demonic face, right? Here, opposites, right? They miss a unifying center, right? And they create a reaction. Right? And the principle of that reaction is they made a part of the judicial system that the concept of equal rights, but it's misinterpreted. We are equal by the right to be, right? But that is illegal. But they say you have equal rights. That means, for example, man and woman have equal rights, right? So by that concept and wrongly interpreted or wrongly used, both sides claim the authority, claim the power, right? Actually, it's wrong. It's not precise to have access to this energy. It can be money, can be privileges, and so on. So when you have opposites of the same, this is the same, but when you separate this, right, they are not equal here because one is north and one is south. So when they attract one another, right, they maintain oneness. That is peace. Right? But then when we say you have equal rights and you say like this is south and this is north, but when we reverse that and we say you have equal rights, can you see here? So equal repel one another, they create a reaction. Right? They cannot unify. Right? So one say you're right, you're wrong, whatever. Right? So unless we have uniqueness, that means the right to be. Woman is different than a man, right? Energetically, anatomically, universally, in feelings and everything, different nature. Like we have a branch system and a root system, they're not the same. Right? A root system has a tendency, has a nature to unify with the center of the earth, and the branch system has the nature to unify or attract energy from the heavens. So they become complementary and they create circulation. So man and woman, the same thing, or anyone. They are all unique. They are all different. They're not the same. Right? So by that sameness, by this so-called equal rights, that's a trick, right? We create endless conflict. Now, but if we want to change the demon into the so-called in the angel, right? Within us, the innocent, the child, then we have to change, right, the nature of the law. But it means opposites are complementary. Opposites are not the same. So now, by the difference, right, maintained by the law with its chains, we can change. This is freedom. You're not limited to an apartment, to the building, to a town, or to a nation, or even this planet. You are unlimited. We are infinite. We are unconditional. But then we need to know the law, the unchanging. By that unchanged upon zero, we can change. That's why the unchanged, the center, connects with entire circle inner creation by constant chain, that is blood. That's why blood circulates by the law. So the blood represents the manifestation or the evidence of the law of the Creator. It's changed. So whoever controls our blood controls everything, because by the blood we are able to change. Right? We can walk, we can dance, right? We can create, right? By the blood. And by the blood we are able to feel, we have emotions, we are able to think, we can rejoice, we can identify ourselves in our own right, in our own capacity to be. And that law today is forbidden, has become illegal. It's now controlled by these laws that can be changed. So what happens is, the reason why there is so much oppression, restriction, you cannot do that, you cannot do this, right, is because the law, right, is changing. So we have laws in the outside, laws of this nation against the law of that nation, and they all want to control the whole world. And they all make it illegal to have the law of the Creator, the primary law, the primary constant. So consequently, right, when everything is changing, when the law is changing all the time, then everything around is also the opposite, had to be fixed. Yeah? And so I'll repeat again, in creation, in the world of the unconditional freedom, liberation, happiness, health, justice, and so on, right, the center is constant. And everything around is inconstant, it's changing. So change does not change. Yet everything is changing around the unchanged. Can you see? And that is by the inductive, right, mindset, inductive perception. But when we change it, when the law and the center is changing, then everything around had to be fixed. And so, by the fixation, we cannot have the freedom, we cannot expand, we cannot have the universal experience, we cannot be universal. Now here, that mystery egg now is now hatching, it hatches. So, and that manifests by the polarization, because science used to call it the Big Bang. Right? And so one is expansion and one is contraction. So that's the nature of polarity. Everything is expansion, contraction. So when we want to maintain ourselves on all levels, for example on the air level, we have to inhale, contraction, exhale. We have to drink, we have to urinate, right? To maintain our oneness with the water cycle. We have to eat, we have to defecate. Right? We have to hear, we have to speak. We are seen, we can see. Right? We can remember, we can aspire. Everything goes by this origin, the mystery egg, but then it's released through the polarization, and this, right, creates together this interaction, this frequency, what I explained here in this pentagram. In the beginning, we have this very primitive energy, this frequency, and as long as there is a memory with connected, a link connected with the origin, with this mystery egg, this energy can continue, right? And every time, but every cycle, the energy is condensed, stronger, stronger. That's why a spiral, that is the original pattern. So finally, we get this materialization. So finally here, we come to the center, and through evolution, this is evolution, first in the metaphysical way, in the heavens, and then the earthly way, biologically, but finally, that center, that point zero, that is our heart. That's why upon conception, in mother's womb, we begin with the heart. The first 8 days that you can see is the two come together, heaven and earth, right, come together, and the head, the circle is formed as a head, right, and the head starts to pulsate. So the heart, right, begins into the circle, in the head, and later, by evolution, the memory of evolution, to build up through mother's blood, because blood is the connection, right, between the beginning and the end, and so by the blood, the memory begins to materialize, and the body is formed and the heart goes down. But the original heart, that is after we are born, that's the tongue. Right? So the one polarity, one pole becomes the lower part of our body, that is the inner earth, right? It's the materialization, the inner earth, and the upper part, right, becomes the inner heaven, that's the brain. Right? And so the polarity originally here, contraction, expansion, some people call it yin and yang, right? Expansion, contraction, finally materialize as inner earth and inner heaven. And this center, this origin, this mystery egg, right? This oneness manifests as the heart. So we have here the origin and the opposites, right? And we have here the origin and the opposite. That is the inner trinity. And so they interact. And our blood circulation is a consequence of this inner trinity. So whoever controls our blood quality to maintain this trinity, right, controls everything. Our body, our emotions, our thinking, our way of life, everything. Who's controlling your blood today? So today, obviously, everything that the system wants to control, the whole world, the whole humanity, and everything around it, they do it with food. And also, what enables food to grow, that is the earth, the environment, the weather conditions, and so on. So the weather control, everything around the earth, all the way up to the ionosphere, they try to control. And nobody today talk about it. The correlation between law, food, and the blood, and the environment. Nobody talk about it. Although here and there they begin to discover scientifically, but still fragmented, not as a totality, right? So this, what I've been saying about the Trinity also has been encoded in symbolically in a petroglyph. In Hopi land, there's a petroglyph in the rock, engraved, and it looks like this. Here we have it says the earth guardian, earth spirit, and it's a chief. He has a feather here. He's chief, and he connects the control of the dual world. This is our dual world, world of polarity, with the origin. And he has 3 arrows and a bow. That's the Trinity. Now, from this duality, there are 2 paths. One is endless, that's infinity. And there's another path here, that's a temporary path, temporary world. Has a beginning, has an end. And we have here people and the heads are disconnected. See, they're mindless people. And they're holding hands, right? You see here, this chief here has one line, the body is similar to one line, this the one heart, the alignment, like I explained, earth, heaven, and the center, that's the alignment, that's the one heart. See, these people have two line bodies, see, this is the 2 heart. And they, this path, if they continue, that end up in self-destruction, because it has a beginning and an end. And there is a leader here, right, holds the people, their hands, and with the other hand has a flag here, and says, follow me, follow on this path, I'm the leader, right? And these people follow. Right? That is called today democracy. Right? I'm the best, choose me, vote for me, right? That is the leader. But also the leader, here you can see he only has one line, it's a one heart. So how come that leader is leading these people into destruction? Now, the leader is the same as this guardian here, is the one heart. But he is leading them into the opposite, right? That means this is the eternal, for the reason that if you don't wake up, if you don't go by the law of the Creator, that is the circle, the law, instead you go by the dualistic law, that's the cross, this is what will happen. He's showing that. He said, I'm corrupt. Look, this is the corrupt way. Can you see it? I'm leading you into it. You want to come along with me? Okay, follow me. I'll lead you into destruction. Right? But there's another option. You can come back. And how? You have to follow the law of the Creator. If you continue to say, well, I have equal rights, I have the right to vote, I can decide, who's the leader, right? You go to the United Nations and fight for your rights, but those United Nations or the White House in Washington D.C., what is the law? The law is the cause, right and wrong. Those laws can be used as weapons, which make weapons the law. And that's happened today. That's why we have martial law, right? And no one of the leaders, even wisdom keepers, traditional leaders, indigenous leaders and so on, right? During ceremonies, drumming, Temazcal, and you name it. And none of them, including the Dalai Lama, talk about the law of the Creator and how to use it in the normal daily life. No, okay? But Trump, right? Probably the Trump say, hey, follow me, I'm the best, I'm a liar. What are you doing? If you don't follow the law yourself, you don't apply it to yourself, right? Then come with me. I will lead you into destruction. You're useless. You don't belong to this planet. What are you doing here? Just taking space, eating your belly full and doing nothing. Only demonstrating when you don't like it, right? So that is not the way, right, to come to the justice. You have to apply the law of the Creator, and you have to know how to do it. I will come to that, okay? But now here, these three arrows, right? Finally, they are revealed in three ways, in three wars, the same, right? We have here the First World War, the Second World War, two arrows, and we have here, they say that's the mystery egg. They don't know. They don't know the outcome. Is it Third World War, destruction, massive, or there will be peace? That's up to how many people, right, come back by the law of the Creator and follow this path. And they have to follow the leader, the next leader, who grows corn. This is corn. For the native, for the Hopis, this is a Hopi story, right? It's the wholesale grain for the Hopi is corn. Why the wholesale grain? It's like this. Many grain, different kind of grains, corn, rice, wheat, barley, oats, millet, and so on. Because it contains the total memory. It connects us completely, right, with the origin, the link, and to bring forth the memory, right? To bring forth the memory, so we can remember, right? To bring forth the seed, right? So we can remember. That is the corn. That's the grain, the wholesale grain. But most people today don't eat anymore. They eat refined flour, white bread, white rice, sugar, chemicals, and so on, but not able to remember, right? They don't know how to come back. They have to know how to remember. So the one